be teaching you how to make 3D paper squishies. I'll be making a 3D cake slice.
And I'll be making a 3D orange juice.
And before we get started with the video, we just want to thank Alyssa so much for commenting because we love positive comments and we love all of our subscribers.
Don't forget to check out our Instagram named A to Z Sisters 3. We post lots of fun videos and pictures on the days that we don't post on YouTube.
So without further ado, let's get started with the video. So the first thing you want to do in order to make a cake slice is just cut out your base of your squishy. So that is the top and bottom of the squishy. So I did that, and then I just traced it and cut out another one that was identical and made sure they were exactly the same. Then I started designing it. So I designed the top with a brown drizzle and some multicolored sprinkles. Then comes the bottom, and what I did for this one was just color it brown to have a bottom chocolate cake layer, and I think that turned out really cute in the end. So after that, I used the side of the cake to create the little rectangles that we're going to connect to the sides. It's a little bit easier to understand if you just watch what the videos say, because it's kind of hard to explain, but basically I just used that and then drawed it out how I wanted. So I wanted the bottom chocolate layer and then a funfetti cake layer, so it would kind of match and look really cute. So I did that, and then I just made sure it fit. Now it's kind of easier to tell what I'm doing, and I just continued the design onto the other side that I needed. The last step was to do the top of the cake, or the back of it, I don't know, and just design them all the exact same way. Once you have all your pieces that you need, it's time to laminate all of them. So I just laminated everything with tape. This helps with making sure that there's no wrinkles or cuts or breaks when you squish your squishy. So you gotta laminate every single piece, and it gets a little bit time consuming, but it's pretty relaxing just to sit there and cut at the tape and make sure everything folds over nicely. So I thought it wasn't that bad. So the next step that you're going to need to take is to start piecing the pieces together. So I took the side and the bottom of the cake, and what I did was I pieced them together and then taped those two pieces together, if that makes sense. So you can kind of see on the screen, I was just taping everything on in the positions where they needed to go on the sides. So I taped both sides on, and then I taped both those sides together so they stayed put. And then I finally taped on the back at some point. There we go. So I just made sure everything fit, and then I taped on the back of the design. So after that, it's time to fill everything up. So I first used a plastic bag and then took an old squishy that was ripped and broken and just added in foam on top so it would rise a little bit better. And the last step is just to tape on the top and seal everything together. It gets a little bit tough because you have to do it while there's stuff trying to come out. But it wasn't so bad. I cut off the excess and then taped on the last little bit, shoved a little bit more bag in there to make sure it was nice and squishy. And overall, I loved how it turned out.
First thing you're going to need to do is cut it to where it is the correct height of how you want your can to be. Then after that, you're going to cut it to the correct width of the can. Then you're going to make sure that it is the correct size, and if it's not, just fix it up. I don't really have to do that. Next part, designing. I loved the designing part. It's my favorite part. I wanted to do orange juice, so I drew an orange that says orange juice on the inside and then a bunch of orange halves and slices all over the can. But it didn't turn out looking too good. My orange slices kind of looked like pizzas. Yeah, no. Then you are going to laminate it so that it doesn't rip or just die. Then you are going to tape it together. After that, you are going to need to trace the bottom and the top of it so that it is the correct size and you have a bottom and top platform. Then you're going to cut those out and tape only the bottom onto it because we still need to fill it up. Then you're going to need some foam and a bag to fill it up. First, you're going to need to cut apart the foam into a bunch of little tiny pieces to fill up the bottom and the top. If you need more later, you can just cut a little bit more. Then we're going to fill up the bottom and then stuff the bag in. Then put a little bit more on the top and tape it up. This way, it is now completed. I really liked how this one turned out, though. It turned out being very squishy and nice, and it looked very nice as well.
We hope you enjoyed the video and learned a little bit about how to make 3D paper squishies.
If you like this video, don't forget to share, like, and if you haven't already, subscribe.
Bye, guys!